Good afternoon. Welcome to the road to Hebron, the road to the Avot, the forefathers of Judaism. You know, we all live on an integrated network of soul. Every single person is connected to every single person. It couldn't be any other way. We don't see it necessarily. We don't have the refinement of tools yet to see it, but it is the way that we live is because we are connected and communicating all the time. Whether things are good or bad, there is this connection. So we go to the Avot because they are the beginning of the tree. And when you go to the beginning of the tree, you tap into the greatest power. And when you tap into that great power, it strengthens and empowers us wherever we are on the tree. You know, whether a little branch or a little fruit, a little leaf. Anytime we connect to the root, we connect to the source of our power. Now this week's parsha, Ki Teitzei LeMilchama, Shivito Shivio, and you take a captive. Who's the captive? The captive, Rabbi Nachman says, is the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, that devilish part of ourselves that's not really us. See, there's really two pieces of any human soul: the divine impulse and the not divine impulse. And so when we're going out, the Rebbe says the war that we're described very clearly in this week's parsha, the war is not just over all the tribes that are surrounding us, passing us on the road, wherever they are. The war is within. And that war within, there's three weapons for that war to win it. And we are meant to win it. We were created to win it. And the three weapons are simple, but they'd have to be used. You can't sit on the couch and expect something to happen. What are the three weapons? Okay, the three weapons are identification, clarification, and affirmation. Oh, that doesn't sound like I have to blow anybody up or fill anybody with holes, right? Identification means I need to know when my impulse is not from the holy place. So that's identifying what your impulse in any situation is. If your impulse is unclear to you what it is, then you need to do the clarification. That's the next tool, the next weapon in the war. And so that clarification is finding out where this root of this impulse is coming from. Because every impulse we have comes from a place deep inside, whether it's hunger, thirst, tired, desire for connection. Those are all good impulses. And then we have the impulse for revenge and sadness and self-pity and victimhood. And these are all also impulses. But they're not rooted in that good side of the tree, right? Those impulses of negative emotions, anger, jealousy. Now, a little jealousy is good when it comes to love, because that keeps us together a little tighter than we need to be. But truthfully, all the negative impulses come from the negative side of the tree. And when we identify that there's a negative impulse, and we understand, we clarify where it's coming from, then we go to the third tool. The third tool is affirmation. So what we do is we affirm that all those impulses are not us. Oh, that's not me. That's not me, that desire to do this, to do that. And it could be a little thing or a big thing. And it always goes back to the past, always goes back to the roots of who we were when we were created, we came into the world, and then what we picked up while we're in this world. So when we go into the level of affirmation, we're actually simply identifying who we are. We are divine sparks. We are not bad people trying to be good. We are good people trying not to be bad. You hear the difference? It's all the difference. Because when you identify your good as you, the other side, the evil inclination, cannot fool us with a false identity. So that false identity is where we lose a grip on who we are, on what we are, on why we're here, and what we're here to do. So identify what your impulse is, clarify where it comes from deep inside, and then affirm who you really are. It will fall away. It will leave you in a matter of words or in a matter of minutes. Depends on how powerful the hold of that impulse is on us. But once you start to practice these techniques, you go out to war, you're going to win. And when you win, you're going to win big. And everybody should have a wonderful Shabbat and work on these tools, because when you put them into play, you see them work, you're like, whoa, that's really true. Where's my impulse to do something wrong? It disappears. And then we become more and more of who we really are. And that's a real good thing. Shabbat Shalom.